Hello and welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Adam Cellini. Topping our news tonight, drivers are encouraged to seek an alternate route tonight if they are heading south on I-75. A fatal collision around 9 p.m. between North Toledo Blade and Kings Highway down in Northport has shut down all southbound lanes. Florida Highway Patrol troopers confirming at least one fatality with additional injured victims. It's unclear just how many vehicles were involved or how many were totally injured. Southbound traffic is being diverted off of the highway at mile marker 179. Well, residents are shaken up tonight after a lightning strike sparked a fire on Casey Key. Nearly a third of a $2.7 million home was destroyed in that fire, and one neighbor was there to see it all. ABC 7's Jess Dowdrick has that story.
Good evening. Nobody was home at the time of this fire as the home is up for sale. It was neighbors who saw the flames and immediately called 911.
We heard a loud bang. There was some rain, lightning, and thunder in the area.
Keith Lewis is staying next door to this home on Casey Key Drive.
I could hear arcing, and I looked over in this fence area over here, and there was a line down bouncing all over the ground, throwing flames into these trees. So it actually electrified the grass a little bit. It's a little shocking at first, but we got past that.
He immediately called 911. Meanwhile, on the back side of the home, along the beach, Gail Pomerantz and Adam Snitzer were taking a morning walk.
We saw some smoke, and then a woman was walking opposite us, and she said, "Did you see what happened?"
And at first, we saw one of the transformers on the pole smoking. That's what we saw, and that's what I thought. I thought the smoke was all coming from the transformer. But then within...
She said that house is on fire.
Right.
The couple also called 911, and minutes later, Nokomis Fire Department was on the scene.
They arrived on scene. They found some grass burning in the corner of the property, and then behind me, the house was on fire as well.
Two separate fires, which, according to a state fire marshal investigation, were both caused by lightning.
Well, it hit a pole and it hit the power line, which sent a surge into the house.
It took crews nearly 10 hours to clear the area.
During the structure fire, we found the propane tank was leaking.
During the storm season, fire crews say lightning will frequently spark fires in the brush or on a palm tree, but nothing like this.
There's really no way to prevent it, although I will say that it is rare.
While Casey Key Drive is reopened to traffic, the home here remains boarded up. I'm told that the homeowner does not live here locally and that she's just trying to figure out what to do next. Reporting on Casey Key, Jess Dowdrick, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
And in other news, a detective with the Manatee County Sheriff's Office is in a battle with cancer. So tonight, fellow law enforcement officers shaved their heads to support their brother in blue. Detective Nate Boggs never had a health problem until April. He was playing basketball and thought he threw out his back, but doctors found a tumor on his spine, and Boggs was diagnosed with cancer. 3 months later, he is undergoing chemotherapy and has lost all of his hair. So today, the policing community came together to shave a cop's head.
It's really hard sometimes to take a handout as a law enforcement officer. We bend over backwards to help other people out, and you get so used to helping other people out. So when you have a chance to be in my particular position, when people are putting their lives aside to help you out, I mean, it really hits you right in the heart. It means a lot.
From the get-go, he has had a positive attitude, which I think is another factor in why he's doing so well with this. He has refused to let go. He's refused to not fight. He will not do that, especially for his family.
Organizers say that event raised thousands of dollars for Boggs and his family to help cover those medical expenses. And like many of the events this Saturday, you could probably tell in that video, had to find some cover. A little bit rainy out there. Let's head over to Wendy for checking that weather. Wendy.
Well, it's been the morning hours where we've seen the greatest amounts of rainfall taking place. Lots and lots of lightning out there, especially at the shore. And then everything drifts on towards the east, and that's going to happen again tonight and into tomorrow. We're starting to see these showers having moved on into the area, and most of the rains now are very, very light. As they moved on shore tonight, they began to really die down. So you can see the showers coming on in and then not really making it, the thunderstorms not making it in, but the lighter rains to moderate rains having moved on through the area. So that's what we're experiencing right now. And then tomorrow we're going to see everything repeat itself. So rainfall amounts have been heaviest primarily east of I-75 and also along the coastline, where we've seen over an inch of rain in areas taking place. 79 degrees right now. We're looking at partly cloudy skies at the airport, high humidity, winds are calm, and for the rest of tonight we're going to be seeing those showers off and on throughout the nighttime hours, but they're going to be back at us again starting tomorrow morning. We'll let you know what we can expect for the rest of the weekend after the morning hours. When are we going to see that sun? We'll find out. Adam.
All right, thank you very much, Wendy. Recent data is showing that the best time to rent a house on the Sun Coast is now. A new report released by real estate leader Real Property Management and analyst RentRange shows home rental prices are down in 2017 for the first time in 5 years. The latest quarterly report showing the average monthly rent for a single-family home in the Sarasota-Bradenton metropolitan area is currently $1,700. That's almost a 3% decrease from this time last year. A local expert says supply and demand is the cause as more homes are popping up around the Sun Coast.
That's increased supply, and you've got that combined with the ever-increasing rates, and there's a little bit of leveling out of prices because people have a lot of choices.
Rental rates for homes are on the rise nationally. With the local price decrease, it is now bringing us closer to the national average. Now to Washington and President Trump, who is trying to shift the attention back to his own agenda tonight. This coming after a shakeup of his communication team and a storm of tweets aimed at the media amidst an ongoing scandal. Here's ABC's Elizabeth Herr.
May God bless and guide this warship and all who shall sail in her.
President Trump sailing ahead with his message to rebuild our nation's military with the commissioning of the aircraft carrier, the USS Gerald Ford, as he tries to right the ship among his staff.
Thank you.
The commander-in-chief naming a new communications director, former Wall Street executive Anthony Scaramucci, who wasn't always on board the Trump train, once calling him a hack.
I personally apologize for the 50th time. I love the president.
And thanking former White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer following his resignation, saying Sean Spicer is a wonderful person who took tremendous abuse from the fake news media, but his future is bright. The message among a hail of early morning tweets, another one aimed at the Washington Post, their bombshell report that U.S. intelligence intercepted phone calls from the Russian ambassador last year, reporting discussions with Jeff Sessions about the campaign. Sessions has denied these talks took place. Trump's reaction, quote, these illegal leaks like Comey's must stop. Sessions was already in trouble with Trump. Days ago, the president expressed his frustration at Sessions' decision to recuse himself from the Russia probe, telling the New York Times, had he known, he would have picked somebody else to be Attorney General.
He's not afraid to throw loyalists under the bus.
Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
Actor John Hurd, best known for playing the father in the Home Alone movie series, has passed away on Saturday. Hurd was found dead at a Palo Alto, California hotel where he was recovering from back surgery. The cause of death has not yet been released. Hurd earned an Emmy nomination for a guest role as a corrupt police detective in the TV series The Sopranos, and the actor also played Tom Hanks' rival in the movie Big. He was 71 years old. Construction is now underway for a mixed-use development in East Manatee County. LA Fitness announcing a new location within the Green at Lakewood Ranch. Located at the northeast corner of State Road 70 and Lakewood Ranch Boulevard, LA Fitness will be joining natural foods grocer Earth Fare as one of the two anchors within the 500,000 square foot site. The Green is also expected to feature more than 24 local shops and restaurants. The development is expected to open to shoppers by the summer of 2018. After 3 years of being sick, a Suncoast team's dream of visiting Japan is finally coming true thanks to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Alexander Castro got the exciting news at the Laurel Oak Country Club in Sarasota this afternoon. A self-proclaimed admirer of Japanese culture, it has been Alexander's dream to visit the country. His parents had tried to take him on a trip in the past, but he had a bad accident that required a hip replacement surgery. Now they say the trip couldn't have come at a better time for their son.
With this amazing, like, God-given gift of just these amazing people helping me and going out and going the extra mile and helping me and making sure I have a great trip and everything. It's just like I never thought in a million years that a kid like me would get something as great as this.
Well, he's certainly dressed for the trip already. Alexander's parents say he has planned out the entire trip, even sitting down with a Make-A-Wish representative to pick out all of the places he wants to see and the things he hopes to do. Well, still to come here on ABC 7, investigators continue to search for answers following a mysterious fire in Louisiana that killed the wife of a fire chief. And dozens of underage concert goers wind up in the hospital. What doctors are treating them for, coming up.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
We asked you, Suncoast, why do you like ABC 7?
I like ABC 7 because it's local. It gives me all the local news, local weather. It's so local and so community driven. Kelly Wilgus does a great job.
John Scalzi, that's my guy.
Bob Harrigan is wonderful. Stephanie's my favorite.
I like Scott Dennis.
I like them all. We're all very grateful that you cover what you do and you're here to participate with the community.
ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Oh, look! A bouquet of lump-livered drolls.
We went to a real school to show that bullying should be history.
You monkey-elbowed pockmarks. What a bunch of beef-witted pig nuts.
On Monday, October 2nd, let's all stand up for World Day of Bullying Prevention by rocking a blue shirt. Together, let's make bullying a thing of the past. Go blue and get your blue shirt at stompoutbullying.org.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
On your beloved and retired school teacher.
Nan was wonderful, compassionate, sweet.
Members of the community gathering Friday in St. Tammany Parish near New Orleans for the woman they thought died in a tragic fire. But in the middle of the memorial service, a bombshell. The coroner's autopsy revealing Crentel suffered a gunshot wound. Her death not caused by the fire.
We're disappointed at the timing of the release of the information by the Sheriff's Office.
Friends say the victim's husband, Battalion Chief Steve Crentel, overwhelmed at the news.
We kind of expected that maybe the family would have been notified one of us would have been notified prior to the release.
The chief reportedly at work when the fire call came in for his own home. The sheriff's office not calling the incident a homicide or even saying if there are any suspects.
I can't imagine it. I can't fathom it. Can't put it into words.
We reached out to the Crentel family, but no response. The state fire marshal in Louisiana is working to determine the cause of that house fire. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Dallas.
In other news, 90 people, including several minors, were hospitalized during a rap concert in Connecticut. Authorities say many were admitted for excessive drinking at the Hot 93.7 Hot Jam concert on Friday night. Hartford police say tailgating and alcohol consumption was, quote, extremely prevalent at the show that featured artist Chance the Rapper. 50 underage drinking referrals were made, and one 19-year-old was put in an intensive care with a blood alcohol content nearly 8 times the legal limit. Yikes. Now, I mean, drinking happens at those concerts like that, but my word, reel it in.
Oh my gosh, and you better drink water, lots and lots of water. It not only dilutes the alcohol, but it keeps you hydrated.
Absolutely.
And that's something alcohol doesn't do. So
no, it does not.
Yeah. Anyway, we had plenty of rain today. We were hydrated most of the day.
We're very hydrated.
Yes, I know, we really were. I have to say, and the showers started early this morning. We saw lots of lightning also. So these thunderstorms that came on shore really did produce, in spots, some very heavy rains. And because of all the cloud cover, we only got up to a high of 87 degrees today. 75 was the overnight low. Normally we're at 90 and 75. And obviously, as I pointed out earlier, in 1984, there must have been a lot of sunshine because it was 98 degrees on this date back then. Right now, we're looking at 79 degrees, and most of the rains have pretty much diminished at this point. 76 at Dew Point. 90 degrees right now, or 90% humidity, and we're looking at those winds fairly calm, but they're coming in out of the east-southeast, and we've got plenty of moisture around. So these are some of the rainfall amounts that we've seen in the past 24-hour period, and you can see what I'm talking about. We have pockets of heavy rain, 1 to 2 to almost 3 inches of rainfall, and that was taking place down here well to the south over Sarasota County, and then as you can see, you move eastward, and we're still looking at some very heavy pockets of rainfall. And otherwise, we saw lesser amounts of rain, but just about everybody got some kind of a soaking at some point throughout the day. And now we're left with partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. We have other showers that are out here in the Gulf of Mexico, but they're kind of on the way out. But later on throughout the overnight time period, we'll see more showers developing, moving onshore tomorrow morning, and then throughout the morning hours, all the way until 2 o'clock in the afternoon, we can expect about a 60% chance of rain. That will be in our forecast. So that's what's going to be taking place. If you have plans for tomorrow, put them off until the latter part of the day, because a little bit better chances that you won't have to go to plan B. If you do have outdoor plans. As you can see, for the overnight time period, we're not looking at a whole lot of rainfall, but beginning at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, we're now upping those chances to a 30% chance, and by 9 o'clock, we're up to a 60% chance of rain and thunderstorms, those isolated thunderstorms coming on in. So you can see already on our maps here, we're going to be seeing those showers coming on in from the Gulf, moving their way eastward, just as they did today. We'll see the same setup for tomorrow with a 60% chance in our forecast. So as far as the tropics are concerned, they're nice and quiet. We're not expecting any development for the next 48-hour period. That's always a happy thing to tell you. And we're also looking at boaters seeing winds coming in out of the south at 10 knots, seas 1 to 2 feet with a light chop out on the bay. Temperatures will be in the 80s, once again, high 80s. There is always the opportunity for getting a sunburn around here, so make sure that you do cover up. And we are looking at those scattered storms throughout the day up until about 2 o'clock tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies, otherwise 76 degrees for the overnight lows. And then those isolated thunderstorms with a 60% chance of morning to afternoon showers. And then during the evening hours, we're only calling for a 90%. 20% chance of rain with a high of 90. So this is what we look like for the rest of the work week forecast. We're looking at a 40 to 50% chance of rain. The best chances actually are going to be tomorrow morning. Adam?
Thank you, Wendy. Sports is coming up next. Stick around.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Many people with Medicare may be able to get extra benefits and don't even know they're available. You may be able to get dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage included in your plan. The Medicare Coverage Helpline is accepting calls to see if you're eligible to enroll now. You may be able to get extra benefits including dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Buchwald. Making sure you go to the doctor and taking all your medications as prescribed can help protect your health. To make it easier, you may now be able to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that includes coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Help protect your health by choosing the right plan for you and get all the benefits you deserve.
Call to see if you may be able to get extra benefits including dental, vision, and prescription coverage. Don't delay. Call to see if you're eligible to enroll and may be able to get extra benefits now. Call 800-711-7200. That's 800-711-7200.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get Debt-Free Now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
The 2 common drugs that can reverse fetal alcohol damage after birth in HealthSmart.
Monday at 5 on ABC 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Now, sports.
The Rays trying to avenge a heartbreaking 9th inning loss to the Rangers on Friday night. They're hoping Chris Archer can get them back on track tonight. He loses his hat on the way to the mound, but finds a groove in the 2nd inning. 3 up and 3 down, all strikeouts for Archer in the 2nd. He finished with 11 strikeouts in just 7 innings of work tonight. But with runners on 2nd and 3rd and 2 outs in the 6th, Archer unable to strike out Adrian Beltre, who drives it to the wall. Mallex Smith was there, but he drops it. Both runs will score on the error. Ties the game in the 6th inning. Mallex Smith can't believe it. Chris Archer is stunned going to back up home plate. Beltre would score on a wild pitch, and once again the Rays beat themselves. Same score as Friday night, 4-3. Jordan Spieth will be in stellar position to win his first British Open on Sunday after finishing with this birdie and an overall score of under 11 at Royal Birkdale. That's good enough for a 3-stroke lead. Matt Kuchar in 2nd place could not hit his birdie on the last hole, but he's at 8 under, and he finished with a respectable score of 66 in round 3. Now, South Africa's Brandon Grace was the story of the day. He finished round 3 with a score of 62. That's the lowest ever in a men's major event.
after I finished and I knocked in the 2-footer or 3-footer, Zach came up to me and said, "You're in the history books." I was like, "What are you talking about?" So, but yeah. So obviously now it makes the day even sweeter.
Just a moment ago.
U.S. Open champ Brooks Koepka and Canada's Austin Connolly are tied for third at 5 under, and thanks in part to Connolly hitting a long eagle, but they are still 6 strokes behind Spieth heading into that final round. More to come here on ABC 7. Stay with us.
Attention blood thinner users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. The widely prescribed blood thinners Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to a number of dangerous side effects, including internal bleeding, gastrointestinal bleeding, kidney bleeding, stroke, brain hemorrhaging, and even death. If you or a loved one suffered any of these injuries after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call right now. You may be owed significant compensation from the manufacturer. Thousands of blood thinner users may have been exposed to serious risk by these dangerous medications. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. Call Nightline Legal to speak with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-554-3987. Again, that's 1-800-554-3987.
If you want 24/7 access to ABC 7's breaking news stories, weather forecasts, traffic alerts, health reports, Suncoast View, and more ABC 7 programming, now there's good news. Introducing the free ABC 7 channel on Amazon Fire TV. Your 24/7 access to ABC 7. Just search ABC 7 on the streaming device and download the free ABC 7 channel app. Or if you don't have an Amazon Fire TV, you can get one at Amazon.com.
Growing up, my mom was afraid of the water, something she did not want me to feel.
So I enrolled Missy in swim lessons.
It changed my life.
Missy Franklin.
And now you can do the same for someone that you love.
There's nothing more precious than your child's well-being.
So act now, before it's too late.
Make us fly! I'm glad I did.
Thanks, Mom. Visit usaswimmingfoundation.org to find, get, or give a swim lesson.
Start your day with a new Good Morning Suncoast team. Weekdays starting at 5 a.m.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Actor Ben Affleck was addressing crowds at San Diego's Comic-Con on Saturday following a rumor that he would not be appearing as the Caped Crusader after the upcoming Justice League film. Affleck says that he is still Batman and has the full support of Warner Brothers Studios for the standalone film. Affleck said he wanted to shoot down the idea that he wasn't committed to the project after he stepped away from directing it, saying he would rather just focus on his role as an actor. Well, an Ernest Hemingway look-alike competition in Key West continued today with a, well, technically running of the bulls. A spoof on Hemingway's For Whom the Bell Tolls. The run is a Supposed to look like Spain's, obviously, running of the bulls. The lookalikes pushing fake bulls on wheels, which is clearly a safer version of the running and probably better for that crowd, judging by the overall fitness that I can tell. The parody was one of the highlights of Key West's annual Hemingway Days celebration, which runs until tomorrow. The annual event honoring the work and lifestyle of the famous writer who lived on the island during most of the 1930s. And now there's hundreds of them down there.
There's a commercial on television right now, and it's showing the run of the bull dogs.
Oh, the little, oh, is it like pugs and stuff? Oh, the bulldogs, that's right.
Oh, it's hysterical. It's just
Much cuter
hysterical.
than
And
fake
very
bulls.
safe, very safe.
Yes, and adorable.